Humanity has left its mark on every corner of the planet, building cities that are both marvels and cautionary tales. Today, we're counting down the 10 ugliest cities in the world, places where pollution, overcrowding, and urban chaos have overwhelmed the landscape. These cities face challenges far deeper than appearances: environmental collapse, social inequality, and the consequences of unchecked growth. For millions, daily life is a struggle against forces that seem insurmountable. Our goal isn't to condemn, but to understand what makes these places so notorious, and what we can learn from their struggles. This is a story of survival in the most unnatural environments. In China's Shaanxi province lies Linfen, once the engine of the nation's coal-fueled growth. Here, thick smog often blots out the sun for days, a result of relentless coal mining and heavy industry. Residents endure air so toxic that laundry turns black before it dries, and a constant cough is part of daily life. The Fen River, now an industrial sewer, and stripped hillsides reveal the cost of progress. Health crises are rampant, with pollution-related diseases at epidemic levels. The ecosystem has collapsed and the city's very air is hostile to life, yet change is stirring factory closures and a push for cleaner energy signal hope. Linfen stands as a stark warning: when industrial ambition eclipses all else, cities can become unlivable. The fight to reclaim the sky is a battle for the city's future. Linfen's story is a chilling reminder: the price of progress is often paid in human health and environmental ruin. Can the city heal, or is the damage irreversible? Deep in Siberia, Norilsk is a city built on permafrost and mineral wealth. It's home to the world's largest nickel and palladium operation, but at a staggering environmental cost. The air is among the world's most polluted, with smelters releasing millions of tons of sulfur dioxide each year. Acid rain has killed miles of forest, leaving a dead zone of blackened trees and poisoned earth. Residents endure extreme isolation, brutal winters, and a constant haze of pollution. Buildings stand on stilts to avoid melting the ground, but the city's infrastructure warps under harsh conditions. Norilsk is a company town, its existence tied to a single polluting industry. The city is a paradox: immense wealth extraction, but an environment hostile to life. Norilsk stands as a monument to the costs of unchecked industrial ambition in a fragile ecosystem. Here, survival means enduring both nature's extremes and humanity's excesses. Dhaka, Bangladesh is one of the world's most densely populated cities, a megacity bursting at the seams. Streets are choked with endless traffic, the air thick with fumes and noise. The Buriganga River, once vital, is now a toxic sludge from untreated industrial waste. Vast slums sprawl across the city, where millions live without basic services, vulnerable to floods and disease. Gleaming high-rises stand in stark contrast to these informal settlements, highlighting deep inequality. Dhaka is a testament to human resilience, but also a warning of what happens when urban growth outpaces infrastructure. Here, survival is a daily battle against chaos and neglect. In Port-au-Prince, Haiti, urban decay is everywhere, a city battered by disaster, poverty, and political turmoil. The 2010 earthquake left ruins that still scar the landscape, with collapsed buildings and uncleared rubble. Infrastructure is fragile, roads are impassable, garbage piles up, and clean water is scarce. Hillsides are covered in makeshift slums built from scrap and vulnerable to landslides. Yet, the city pulses with life: vibrant markets, colorful buses, and a rich artistic culture. Amid hardship, the Haitian spirit endures, finding beauty in adversity. Port-au-Prince is a city of contradictions, visible decay, but unbreakable community. Its struggle is a powerful reminder of resilience in the face of overwhelming odds. Lagos, Nigeria, is a city of extremes: massive, fast-growing, and perpetually gridlocked. The infamous go-slow traffic jams can last for hours, shaping the rhythm of daily life. Sprawling slums like Makoko, built on stilts over the lagoon, lack basic sanitation and clean water. The lagoon itself is choked with waste, while garbage clogs drains and floods the city during rains. Air quality suffers from vehicle emissions and widespread use of diesel generators. Despite these challenges, Lagos is a hub of creativity and commerce, home to Nollywood and a thriving music scene. Lagosians are renowned for their hustle, adapting to survive in a city bursting with energy and dysfunction. The city is a chaotic engine of ambition. where survival means constant adaptation. Lagos is both a warning and a celebration of urban tenacity. Karachi, Pakistan, is a megacity of 20 million, expanding chaotically with little regulation. Its sprawl is marked by unplanned neighborhoods lacking basic amenities and a monumental garbage crisis. Waste piles up in dump sites and streets, posing health hazards and polluting groundwater. The air is thick with emissions and dust, making respiratory problems common. Once beautiful beaches are now polluted, and mangrove forests are vanishing. Karachi's growth has come at the expense of its natural assets and livability. The city is a stark example of what happens when urban expansion outpaces planning and care. Karachi's struggle is a lesson in the costs of neglecting both people and the environment. Mexico City, surrounded by mountains, is trapped in a basin that holds in pollution. Smog blankets the city, especially during winter, as millions of cars and factories fill the air with toxins. Residents face high rates of respiratory illness and daily life under a brown haze. Waste management is a monumental challenge, with much garbage ending up in unregulated dumps. The city is sinking as aquifers are drained, even as water shortages worsen. Infrastructure cracks under the pressure of over 20 million people. Despite decades of cleanup efforts, the struggle for clean air and water continues. Mexico City is a vivid example of how geography and overpopulation can turn a metropolis into a pressure cooker. Here, every day is a fight for balance between survival and sustainability. Jakarta, Indonesia, is a city sinking into the sea, plagued by flooding, pollution, and relentless traffic. Excessive groundwater extraction has caused the land to subside rapidly, while rising sea levels threaten coastal neighborhoods. Traffic jams are legendary, choking the city and worsening air quality. Rivers and canals are clogged with garbage, making floods more frequent and dangerous. Informal settlements, or kampungs, bear the brunt of these disasters. The government's decision to move the capital is a drastic response to problems that seem insurmountable. Jakarta is a city on the edge, where environmental neglect and urban chaos collide. Its story is a warning of what happens when a city outgrows its environment. Can Jakarta adapt, or will it be lost to the rising tide? Cairo, Egypt, is a city where ancient history meets overwhelming urban density. The air is thick with dust and pollution, creating the infamous black cloud that shrouds the city. Over 20 million people crowd its streets, and the noise is relentless. The City of the Dead, a necropolis turned slum, shows the extent of Cairo's housing crisis. Waste management is overwhelmed, with trash piling up in many neighborhoods. Historic buildings crumble under the weight of neglect and overcrowding. Cairo is worn down by its own history and population, yet remains vibrant and chaotic. The city's struggle is a lesson in the challenges of density and the cost of ignoring urban decay. In Cairo, survival means adapting to a city bursting at the seams. Detroit, Michigan, was once the heart of American industry. Now it's a landscape of haunting urban blight. Decades of deindustrialization left vast neighborhoods abandoned, with nature reclaiming empty streets. Grand buildings stand as hollow ruins, reminders of lost prosperity. The city's population shrank, poverty deepened, and public services collapsed. In 2013, Detroit filed for bankruptcy, the largest U.S. city ever to do so. Yet signs of rebirth are emerging. Artists, entrepreneurs, and community gardens are breathing new life into the ruins. Detroit's story is a powerful lesson in the life cycle of industrial cities. It's a portrait of loss, resilience, and the human capacity to rebuild. Detroit stands as both a warning and a beacon of hope for cities in decline. Our journey through these 10 cities reveals the scars of pollution, neglect, and relentless urban pressure. These places highlight the urgent need for sustainable solutions and the dangers of unchecked growth, yet they also showcase resilience and the human drive to adapt and rebuild. The lessons from these cities are more important than ever as our world urbanizes. What can we do to ensure our cities become cradles of well-being, not monuments to failure? Thanks for watching, share your thoughts below, and see you in the next documentary.